国的
Li
刘诗雯。
Li Xiaoxia beat Ding Ning
世界排名第2
in a very, very difficult circumstance. Ding Ning was obviously suffering from some major problem, whether it was a headache or dizziness or migraine or something similar. Having won the first game, the #1 seed and the world champion suddenly fell apart and could not focus well enough. So Li Xiaoxia, and good credit to her, she persevered, came through very, very strongly to take this position in the final. And of course, the winner from last week in Korea, LIU Shiwen, who overcame Ding Ning in the final to be crowned champion, has got a big statement to make, because the Chinese Olympic squad, of course, in the women's event comprises Li Xiaoxia, Guo and Ding Ning, and LIU Shiwen has basically been left out in the cold, despite the fact that she is at #2 ranked in the world. There is Xiaoxia, she is included in the squad, in the trio. Both Guo Yan and LIU Shiwen have been both left out at the moment, which is, you know, for the 21-year-old here, right in the middle of the picture, is a huge disappointment. Some would argue that her all-round ability and consistency on the tour and in general play really gives her that opportunity, and she should deserve to go through. But of course there are other contrary perspectives, because she has been known to buckle under a little bit of pressure in the big spotlight. Of course, that was highlight in the Moscow 2010 team championships, when Singapore came through and upset the Chinese, first time for many years, almost 2 decades, I believe. But the status quo was actually completed in Dortmund this year, just a couple of months ago, when China beat Singapore once again. So LIU Shiwen, she has got the face of a gentle doll, porcelain features. I tell you, she has got the attitude of a real killer. It'll be knives out, daggers drawn, and there will be blood spilled, because they are really keen to put one over on each other. Li Xiaoxia often been the bridesmaid in major competitions, out to prove herself. And Li Shiwen hugely disappointed that she didn't manage to make the team for London. And she already, in the build-up now, is making an enormous statement by winning in Korea last week and getting into the final this week of the World Tour, the GAC Group 2012 ITTF World Tour. Liu Ji is our umpire for this one. And it will be fascinating to see whether or not LIU Shiwen's absolute desire to win back-to-back World Tour events is really going to pay off. We will see in a couple of moments whether or not this will come into effect. In terms of their performances to date then, let me just tell you that Li Xiaoxia was very pleased to beat Tian Na. It was a revenge match, that one, in the quarterfinals, because Tian Na was the only one to take any points from China in Dortmund. And of course, it was a really good performance by LIU Shiwen against Fan Ying. Li Xiaoxia who lost that memorable 2007 World Championship against Guoye. Both good friends from Liaoning, Anshan in Liaoning province, where most of the top players in China will find they have the best support. It's fantastic. Well, this is interesting. Xiaoxia has started pretty hesitantly, to be quite honest. LIU Shiwen is in great form, great shape, and I'm delighted to say I've got Jens Volker with me, who's just been away and doing some client work and looking after. Did you say you were talking to Marlin? We'll ask a little bit later what all that was about. But great to have you here, and obviously to give your expert comments on the matches. Five-0. Oh yeah, that's the first time we've seen Xiaoxia release that forehand that is so dangerous. Very, very impressive. She reached for it and countered beautifully. Great cross table. Good service. It was a long one, and LIU Shiwen didn't expect it. There was a lot of action on the ball as well. Tried to come up with a topspin backhand that didn't happen. This time, LIU Shiwen does manage to make the table. Just a little long there from Xiaoxia. But LIU Shiwen is so motivated to take these back-to-back titles. It's going to be tough for Xiaoxia. Missed that backhand. The news, you know, we were talking this morning about Ding Ning's performance, and quite obviously there was something wrong. We've just heard that she'd been sent to hospital, and in fact could take no further part as far as the double's concerned. So it's a little bit concerning for the squad and for the team. She lost last week, of course, and it was very, very dizzy today. So you never know. There may just be an opening there for LIU Shiwen. It's not confirmed, but it's certainly a worrying aspect of the Chinese squad at the moment when you get a star like Ding Ning faltering at this stage of preparation. 7-5. Mid-table battle there is won by LIU Shiwen. Just really pushing hard to try and keep the center table. You reach wide, you've got to fall into Li Xiaoxia's strong points and positions. Again, she's just not quick enough to take advantage of opportunities there. And Shiwen is pouncing at the moment. Just look at her. She's in absolutely supreme form. She's looking confident. Yeah, well, a little lucky there. Off the net and finds the table. Yeah, well, there was a little hand raised there, but it's game point now, 4 of them for LIU Shiwen. That's it, it's 11-6 in the first. And LIU Shiwen, she started out at a canter. She looked very, very solid. And Li Xiaoxia is under huge, huge pressure because LIU Shiwen is so well motivated to take back-to-back trophies here in this World Tour. Jens, what are you thinking?
Yeah, I think Shiwen, she looks a little bit determined here, and I think she really goes for the title. And I think also that's quite interesting that it's about the same situation with Susin that we talked about that before during the men's semifinals, that the ones who are really really outside the team but unbelievably good players, they really want to show how good they are now. And of course this thing with Ding Ning, that's maybe also a factor to count here, because LIU Shiwen, when she really wants to show everybody now that she ought to have been to London too, and maybe then she had a free place. We don't know.
She was certainly so disappointed. It's been reported everywhere online and in the newspapers. But oh, that's a fabulous shot. Now, Li Xiaoxia, she did exactly this against Ding Ning earlier today, and she did it against Tiana as well when given the chance. So she's on form with that forehand. It's a very, very big weapon that she loves to use. That's why Shiwen is trying to keep it tight down the middle. Just to prove me wrong. Pounces. She's not so much a little kitten. She's a big cat. No, she had a chance there as well. It was an undercut return from Xiaoxia that bounced really high, and LIU Shiwen got a bit excited. To all. We can talk a little bit about some tactics in a while, but certainly from what we've seen at the moment, Li Xiaoxia trying to open up, get on first attack as soon as she can, but LIU Shiwen has just got such a compact and very all-round game at the moment. It's very impressive. It's all about percentages at the end of the day, isn't it, Jens?
Definitely, and they are unbelievably strong players and very safe players. So it's to minimize the mistakes is really the key here, I think. And so far, LIU Shiwen is the better one.
Oh. Nice exchanges there. And you could see there's great bouncing, there's great feel for the ball because she's using her feet unbelievably well. Just, you have a look at the feet, have a look at the legs, the way she is like a ballet dancer, like a boxer, just moving it brilliantly. Wonderful balance. She misses a shot there, but you get the meaning, what I'm talking about there. It is just exquisite. There's so much energy goes into every shot. Oh, took the corner there as well from Li Xiaoxia. And again, you're going to play into her strengths if you play into that forehand side.
Yes, it's a little bit risky for her to play there because the forehand is really strong from Li Xiaoxia. So, but it seems now like she's more coming into the game, Li Xiaoxia. She has really, maybe some hesitation in the beginning. It's always both players, they always feel each other in the beginning.
Well, you're talking about speed. That was blurring. Unbelievable. Tremendous skills there shown. Little bit of hesitancy. She probably made her mind up. She's going to try to get that first attack in on receiving, which is always a dangerous thing to do. That Ball's spinning all over the place. It's 3-7. We're into this now. They are absolutely at each other's throats. It's great to see.
There's a battle in the backhand corner now, and who has the strongest backhand? And then they try to move the ball a little bit into the middle to get this exchange between backhand and forehand. When they do it in fast pace, then it's very difficult for the opponent.
But there's not a lot of subtlety to the game at the moment, is it? It's very, very... What you see is what you get. There's not a great deal of dummying or feinting. It's all very, very harsh and hard. 7-5, Xiaoxia. Yeah, exactly the same again. It's who can last. It's a war of attrition at the moment. Who can last the rally? You know what you're going to get. Clever improvisation there from LIU Shiwen, has to be said. That racket was right into her body. 7-6, it's getting closer. LIU Shiwen smells blood again. Aha!
There's no margin. The ball went up a little bit, and then immediately she's there and kill it.
Well, this is a good effort from Li Xiaoxia. It looked as if she was really, really lacking in concentration in that first game. She was under pressure. But here, her confidence is brimming. She went with the serve, 6-9. Can't blame the ball, can you? Again, it's good work down the middle. Xiaoxia just being a little bit more consistent. Finding that length and that little bit of extra pace as well. She's got 3 game points in the second. It's to level it. And that's it, it's 11-7, and Li Xiaoxia has fought back very, very well there. LIU Shiwen had it all her own way in the first game. But in this final of the women's singles here in Shanghai, it is 1-1. And I have to say, the GAC Group 2012 ITTF World Tour, the middle of the Far East element of this tour is really buzzing at the moment. It's an all-China affair, but there's a lot of personalities at stake. LIU Shiwen didn't make the Olympic team. Li Xiaoxia did, but she's ranked below her in the world rankings. So already we have a little bit of controversy. Li Xiaoxia will certainly not want to give this one away easily. LIU Shiwen, can she do back-to-back victories in the Pro Tour, or in the World Tour, should I say? It's a fascinating, fascinating question. Jens, how?
I mean, you must tell also that this women player for Chinese table tennis and the Chinese national team, I mean, maybe, I don't know, you're more expert in other sports than I am, but to me it seems like maybe it's the strongest team of all sports, because over 40 years now they have been dominating this very, 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 very strongly, the whole world scene for 40 years. Once and there they have lost, but it's not many titles they have lost. 40 years, generation after generation coming up. So to be in this team, then you are unbelievably skillful, right?
Absolutely, couldn't agree more with that. And of course, even the times that they have a few hiccups, invariably, they're the expatriate Chinese that have managed to do the damage. Singapore, of course, is made up entirely of, well, certainly the female side, entirely of former Chinese players.
Yeah, that's the thing, that when you come up to certain level, and you feel maybe that, okay, I'm not really in there among the very best, and there comes younger player behind me, and the only chance they get to play internationally, then they must move. They go to other countries. So, I mean, when the Chinese play now, the worst opponents, they're almost always Chinese from other countries.
Yes, there are very, very few sports that are dominated so heavily, particularly on the female side, I have to say. There are a few challengers outside China, in Korea and Japan, and a couple in the continental Europe, of course. I'm not going to underestimate Sweden. You'll be pleased to hear. Yeah, and they've got some good youngsters. The Swedes have got some good youngsters. But, of course, obviously, Samsonov and Timo Boll and Ocharov and those characters, you know, tough. But they will be very, very hard to beat in London, that's for sure. But here at the moment, let's concentrate on this match. It is 5-1, and Li Xiaoxia, just look at her. She's having a real good resurgence of energy. And that, you see, that little glance of the backhand, I mean, it was very, very cleverly done. Managing the spin and adding a bit of her own. Wonder who they support. Yeah, that was not a clever play by Li Shiwen. She was caught in two minds. In the end, she didn't do a great deal. It's 6-1. This is an extraordinary turnaround. This will keep putting pressure on LIU Shiwen, of course. And she has that reputation for choking a little bit when the big one comes around. That's why she's been left out of the national squad at the moment for the Olympics. But if she can make back-to-back World Tour titles, wow. Oh, yeah. Every shot in that rally was increasing in hostility. There was every single shot. It went faster and faster and faster. And the killing blow was delivered by LIU Shiwen. It's 7-3. I mean, we've got a great position here to witness all this, and of course the camera placements and the replays, it's all fascinating stuff, but wow, in real life, it is so fast. Took the top of the tape as well, and that is at 3-9, a serious situation for LIU Shiwen developing. And now at 3-10, LIU Shiwen wrings her hand a little bit, and maybe she took a knock on the finger. It looks like she did. That's certainly in the position where it might have been wrapped around the racket. It's 7 game points against her. That's it. It's, wow, what a comprehensive turnaround. Li Xiaoxia, not only did she take that second game, the third game performance was quite outstanding. She has not given LIU Shiwen a chance. Absolutely superb. Li Xiaoxia is taking advantage of the fact that Ding Ning is now out of the tournament. And look at this, flying in at 11-7, 11-3 in the second and third. She's got a 2-1 lead. And I tell you, if LIU Shiwen comes back into this and takes the title, she will certainly deserve it.
Shiwen must do something radical to change the picture of this match.
She can't increase the speed, that's impossible, so maybe a little bit of guile is required. It's not going her way at the moment. The China doll is looking that she might show a crack side. Xiaoxia, the longer this goes on, the more exciting and ambitious and aggressive she is becoming. And I tell you, it doesn't matter which side it is. Famous for her forehand, but she's prepared to mix it any side. Look at this, the service, and again, LIU Shiwen, there is just a little question mark against her. Maybe this is why she's been left out of London. Oh, stunning. When you're feeling good, when the tail's up, when the wind's behind you, you're prepared to try it, and it works. Fantastic. Li Xiaoxia, 4-0. Something's got to happen soon, and maybe that's the start of it. Fabulous. There's many men that couldn't play at that speed, I can tell you. In the world, the real world of table tennis, that is absolutely amazing power. Oh, again she's done it. It's like a golf handicap. You know you can do it once when you've been there, when you've got a really low handicap. And of course, LIU Shiwen, number 2 in the world rankings, knows that she can do it if she can really concentrate and keep her head. Gee whiz.
The backhand is very, very impressive there, I think, from Li Xiaoxia. And you see that LIU Shiwen, she tries to seek new points and far out in the corner. And there maybe there's a little bit spot for her to play, but she's very, very solid here, like a wall, really.
Oh, that's fantastic. Not only is she replying, she's taking it, sending it back with interest. It's very, very impressive. She had Shiwen on the wrong foot there. That's hard to do. 6-2. She's now getting desperate with the shots. She's not taking and waiting. She's absolutely going for broke, and that's a dangerous thing to do. Xiaoxia in control. Yeah. I didn't think I'd see this, to be quite honest. I thought the way it started in this final, Shiwen would be very competitive. She's showing a vulnerable side now because she hasn't got the patience.
Yeah, but I think Li Xiaoxia, she plays unbelievably well here. I mean, she doesn't mean she plays always with a lot of power in the ball, and that it's what shall Li Shiwen do? it's really remarkable how she plays.
Well, look at the turnaround now. 10 points to 2. Li Xiaoxia still with the service. So she's got the advantage of knowing where that first attack is going to be played. 8 game points. Misses that one, but she's got so many in the bank already. She can spend as many as she wants without being threatened. That's it. It's 11-3 in the 4th game, and you have to say that this is a total transformation. Li Shiwen, whatever ambition she might have to really make a statement to the to all the management of the Chinese national team. I tell you, she is being really tested here. And just look at that scoreline. 7-3 and 3, the 3 that Xiaoxia has won. She has been totally dominant. And as Jens was saying, she has been unplayable the way that she is absolutely hitting both sides of the forehand and backhand. Unbelievable speed and accuracy. Fabulous play. Okay, it's last chance saloon. Shiwen. Xiaoxia comes forward with a little bit of a lucky break off the net, but still wins the point. Well, this is now disappointing. Looking forward to a really good final match here, but it's all one-way street. And 3-love against Li Xiaoxia. Under no pressure at the moment. That forehand cross table like that, the direction, the diagonal cross-court play like that is absolutely superb. Well, I'm beginning to feel sorry for LIU Shiwen. I never thought I'd say that. But she's been pulverized, polaxed. Okay, picks up a point there, the first one of this 5th game, and I tell you, she must be really churning inside. She's got no coach to go back and have a little moan to. It's all Li Xiaoxia putting the pressure on. That's better. Into the body for the first time. She gets some relief with that forehand. Now she needs to try to continue. A couple points in a row now would do her the world of good. Missed it. Better. That's what we saw in the first game. That's better as well. Good. Nothing on the bat except angle. She anticipated it well, decided early, played it beautifully. Just watch this backhand now. There you go. Great work. This is getting pretty desperate now for LIU Shiwen. It needs a fall off of percentage from Xiaoxia. That's not going to happen.
No, you see, I mean, I feel like LIU Shiwen, must feel quite upgiven here because, I mean, what shall she to do? It's impossible almost to come through, and this ball just shows how incredibly strong she plays. So she must really take hard risks here, even to get a point, I think. So I don't think she feels there's no way out for her, really.
That is absolutely stunning. From the center, she changes direction, keeps control, pushes it out wide. LIU Shiwen is dead, but wow, what a shot there. 2 points for victory here for Li Xiaoxia. And now just 1 point. It's match point, it's championship point here in Shanghai. Li Xiaoxia. Not quite yet, but it's just a temporary relaxing of the noose around LIU Shiwen's neck. And that's it. That is quite extraordinary. LIU Shiwen takes the first game and takes it fairly easily and fairly well. Li Xiaoxia suddenly gets her act together, and it just shows the good faith of the Chinese who know about these things that have put her in ahead of Shiwen into the Olympic squad. A very, very impressive performance there in the final here in Shanghai by Li Xiaoxia. She was maybe a little bit fortuitous that she met Ding Ning on a really off day, and in fact Ding Ning in hospital at the moment with some tests because of some dizziness and problems. But that aside, Xiaoxia was already on the way back against Ding Ning as well, and proved that she really, really is something special. And you wouldn't bet against her against taking the Olympic title on that kind of form.
It is very, very difficult.